Right then, this weekend is Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway at UFC 308. And yes, I cannot wait for this fight. Massive fight, massive main event, possibly the best main event of 2024. And I've got a feeling that not many people are feeling. And I feel like Max Holloway is going to beat Ilia Topuria this weekend at UFC 308. I honestly feel like Max Holloway is going to do it. I feel like it is Max Holloway's time. And he just seems like the man right now, in my opinion. He really does, especially after that Gaethje knockout and the performance in general as well. I think Holloway's unbelievable. I think his boxing, I just think it's going to be proved to be too good here, in my opinion. And I think he's going to expose a bit in Ilia's game. I really do. And we just know the general toughness of Max Holloway as well. He's going to be a really tough guy to get out of there. And I don't see Ilia being able to get him out of there. I think Max Holloway is going to be able to stand his ground quite a bit of the time here. And I think Max Holloway will be able to win a fairly close decision. But I think, all the fans will agree with the results. And I don't think people are going to be like, oh, yeah, Ilia was robbed or anything. I think Holloway is going to do enough in the judges' eyes and in the fans' eyes to win this fight. But, it's going to be competitive, though. It will be competitive. But I think Holloway's boxing is going to prove to be too good. I think the volume of Max Holloway is going to show in this fight. I think that Max Holloway's also go. I think it's just. I think Ilia leans over quite a bit, in my opinion. I think Ilia leans over. I think he's going to be there for the taking for Max Holloway. I think he leans over, kind of crouches over with his style. And I think Max Holloway's counters are going to be too flush and too good. I even could see Max Holloway getting a KO here in like the third round or something. It's going to be competitive. I can see a Max Holloway decision or a Max Holloway, mid-round KO, something like that. I think Max Holloway can win either way. I think Max Holloway's power is really starting to show more now. We saw against Korean Zombie. We saw against Justin Gaethje. Max's power his one-shot knockout power is starting to show more. And I think his counters are just so good. He's going to be able to, step back and, really counter Ilia Topuria when he's coming in. And I think it's going to be a wonder shot that possibly drops Ilia drops him the odd time in the fight. Might not fully finish him, but if he does knock him out, I see it being through a good counter. And just in general, I see Max Holloway being able to counter Ilia Topuria all night, to be fair. Max Holloway is going to get some big success with his counters. And I just feel like Ilia just leans over quite a lot. I think if Max Holloway can get some good body shots in, possible knees up top as well, it's gonna be interesting. But I really like the way that Max Holloway mixes up his shots. I think he's the best boxer in the UFC. I think he's very good at controlling a fight with his jab. He's very good at range. He's going to try and get in close. But Holloway's got really good footwork and he's got good angle changes as well to be able to keep away from you. I think Holloway's really dangerous. I think his output's dangerous, and you need to be very wary of that no matter what. And Holloway's got this, he's very unpredictable with his work, and the volume is something else. Holloway's going to be able to outwork you, and he can set a really, really, really good pace. That's the thing with Max Holloway. He sets a good pace, and he can keep it up and just be able to outwork you. And Holloway mixes up his work as well. Holloway never really gets too predictable when he's in there. And I think that's something that Ili's going to really struggle against. I feel like when Ilia was up against Volk, when he was up against Emmett, I think Emmett was just really predictable. Emmett was just always doing the same thing. Volk, he's just unfortunately not the same as what he was. With Ilia, I think Ilia could possibly pose a bit of it won't surprise me if Ilia could possibly try and mix in a few takedowns here and there, to be fair, but he would try. But I think Max Holloway's takedown defense is pretty solid. You never know if Ilia gets him down. Something could happen there. I don't know. But I think I trust Holloway to be able to keep Ilia at a good distance for a good amount of time. Ilia will get success in this fight, of course, but I feel like eventually Holloway's going to be really getting his counters going as the fight goes. I think Holloway's very good at getting in there and also being able to catch you with a good few uppercuts as well. I don't think Ilia, I don't think he mixes his shots. I don't think he mixes his attacks up as well as what Holloway does. But with Ilia, though, he does have this good explosive power, which he does time well. Ilia does time his explosive moments well. That is something that Ilia does well. And I'm not discrediting Ilia here at all. I just feel like Max Holloway is the man right now, and he's going to show a different level coming into this fight. I really do. Holloway, I see Topuria just walking into the jab quite a lot, to be fair, at times. And Holloway really does. I think Holloway needs to be working the lead leg of Ilia, get him slouching over a bit more as well. You know, try and break that lead leg of Ilia Topuria. That's the big thing that I think Max Holloway needs to do. And I think he does keep. Max Holloway is good at being able to chop the lead leg and, you know, keep his kicks active. I think that's a good thing from Max Holloway as well. The output, I just think, is different to what Ilia's is. And you never know. Ilia could try and land some big shots, and possibly, you never know, try and break the chin of Holloway. But it's a tough ask. It's never been done before. But Ilia has proven to have some big power. That is the thing. But I mean, he wasn't able. He has got power. He has got big power. I mean, we saw against Volk the unpredictable, explosive power that was shown in that fight. We saw against Jai Herbert as well the power. But again, he wasn't able to get Emmett out of there. I mean, and Emmett's really tough. But I think Max Holloway's got the best chin in the UFC right now. That's the thing. I think Max is the man right at this moment in time. And I just feel like, I don't know, there's so many people that I've seen where they've said, oh, it's written in the stars that Ilia's going to win. But I think right now is Max's time, and I think we're going to see an upset here. And I think Max Holloway is going to prove most of the MMA world wrong here. I think he's going to prove most of the MMA world wrong. I've just got that real good gut feeling that Max Holloway is going to be able to do it, and that his volume could prove to be enough. And you never know. His power could, you know, take Ilia by surprise as well. And Holloway could possibly get Ilia out of there. That Gaethje fight just has given me a lot more confidence in Max as well. And the Korean Zombie fight as well. The Arnold Allen fight, Holloway looked solid in that one, I think, with his counters. I mean, you know, Allen got some decent success in that fight. But I feel like Holloway's counters were which were able to do it. His footwork was good and his angles were good. And Holloway just proved to be the overall better boxer in all of his last fights against Arnold Allen, against Korean Zombie, against Justin Gaethje. This is what is able to win Max Holloway's his fights, and that is his general amazing boxing skill. Against Volk, it didn't go his way at all, but that was prime Volk. It's different. But again, though, Max still got success in all those 3 fights against Volkanovski. He was able to get success with his counters, show his footwork, and, you know, make 2 of the fights competitive. He made the first 2 fights competitive and arguably could have won them. But third one obviously wasn't his way at all. But, you know, I just feel like he's on a good streak right now, and Holloway's confidence is higher than ever. That is the same as Ilia, though. Ilia's on a good streak. Well, he's unbeaten. He's on the best streak that you can be on. His confidence is higher than ever. He's coming off a big win over Volk. But it's like Volk's coming to the end of his career anyway. We saw it against Islam. That's the thing. But I think Holloway is going to prove to be too much, and he's going to mix up shots too well. And I think he's going to be able to beat Ilia. Wouldn't surprise me if it's a decision win. Wouldn't surprise me if it's a knockout win. I really do think that right now is Max Holloway's time. I'm not even fanboying over him at all. I really just believe right now it's Max's time, and I think he's going to do it. Anyway, thanks for watching.